Reading of the day. From the letter to the Hebrews. Brothers and sisters, faith is the foundation of what is hoped for and proof of what is not seen. Because of this faith, our ancestors were proved by God. By faith, Abraham, called by God, obeyed and set out for a place that he was to receive as an inheritance, and he left without knowing where he was going. By faith, he sojourned in the promised land as in a foreign country, living in tents, as did Isaac and Jacob, co-heirs of the same promise. For he was looking forward to the city with firm foundations, whose architect and builder is God himself. By faith, even Sarah, although beyond childbearing age, received the ability to become a mother because she considered him who had made the promise to be faithful. Therefore, from one man who was already as good as dead, descendants were born, as numerous as the stars in the sky and as countless as the sand on the seashore. All these people died in faith without having received the promised things, but they saw them and welcomed them from a distance, declaring that they were strangers and pilgrims on earth. Those who speak in this way show that they are seeking a homeland. If they had been thinking of the country they had left, they would have had the opportunity to return. But now they desire a better homeland, that is, the heavenly one. For this reason, God is not ashamed to be called their God. Indeed, he has prepared a city for them. By faith, Abraham, when put to the test, offered up Isaac, and he who had received the promises was ready to sacrifice his only son, of whom it had been said, "Through Isaac shall your descendants be named." He reasoned that God was able even to raise the dead, and in this sense he received him back as a symbol. Gospel of the day. From the Gospel according to Mark. On that day, when evening had come, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let us cross to the other side." Dismissing the crowd, they took him with them in the boat just as he was, and other boats were with him. A violent windstorm arose, and the waves were breaking over the boat, so that it was already filling up. Jesus was in the stern, asleep on a cushion. They woke him and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" He woke up, rebuked the wind, and said to the sea, "Quiet, be still." The wind ceased, and there was great calm. Then he said to them, "Why are you afraid? Do you still have no faith?" They were filled with great awe and said to one another, "Who then is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" Words of the Holy Father. Today, the Gospel presents Jesus in the boat with his disciples on the Sea of Tiberias. Suddenly, a violent storm arises, and the boat is at risk of sinking. Jesus, who is sleeping, wakes up, rebukes the wind, and everything returns to calm. Why does Jesus act in this way? To strengthen the faith of the disciples and make them more courageous. Indeed, the disciples emerge from this experience more aware of Jesus' power and his presence among them, thus becoming stronger and more ready to face obstacles, difficulties, and even the fear of venturing out to proclaim the gospel. Having overcome this trial with him, they will be able to face many others, even to the point of the cross and martyrdom, in order to bring the gospel to all nations. Jesus does the same with us, especially in the Eucharist. He gathers us around him, gives us his word, nourishes us with his body and blood, and then sends us out into the world to share what we have heard and received, even when it is difficult. Jesus does not spare us from trials, but without ever abandoning us, he helps us to face them. He makes us courageous. Today we celebrate Saint Bridget of Ireland, born around 451 in Foghart, in present-day Northern Ireland. According to tradition, she was the daughter of a pagan chieftain and a Christian slave. From a young age, Bridget showed deep religious devotion and a particular concern for the needy. She refused marriage to dedicate herself entirely to God, choosing the monastic life. She founded several religious communities, the most famous of which is the Abbey of Kildare, which became an important spiritual and cultural center of the time. Her work significantly contributed to the spread of Christianity in Ireland. It is said that she performed numerous miracles, including the multiplication of a barrel of beer to quench the thirst of 18 villages. She died on February 1st, 525, in the Abbey of Kildare. Her cult spread throughout Europe thanks to the work of Irish missionaries. Prayer to Saint Bridget of Ireland. I would like a lake of beer for the King of Kings. I would like the heavenly family to be here to drink it for eternity. I would like joy to be in their drinking. I would like Jesus to be here among us.
Thank you for listening to the Gospel and the Saint of the Day. If you wish to continue exploring spirituality and Christian history, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the upcoming videos. May the peace and blessing of the Lord be with you always.